Okay, David. This is for fucking party room, the second defense option. I'm in garage. Obviously, they're gonna come in through fuel pump. All right, so we're in office, you know. So let's go to office supplies. You know, office hallway. Definitely want to reinforce this wall, cade it up. Don't want them to breach. That's from fuel pump. You know what I mean? Blah 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 blah. You know what I mean? Create a rotate hole through here, so we can watch Vim window and locker window from top garage. You know what I mean? Just in case. You know what I mean? No stairs are there. You know what I mean? Watch them from garage stairs, Vim window, locker window, blah 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 blah. You know, that's pretty much office done. So we're in office now. This is office. This is fucking supplies, connector, whatever you want to call it, office supplies. You know what I mean? Create a rotate hole into party room here. Boom, boom, boom. You know what I mean? Another what is it called? A peek we can have is reinforce this left wall. You know what I mean? Create a peek hole through bottom, and we can just watch garage stairs. You know what I mean? They come in through there. Boom, 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 boom. You know what I mean? You know, just fuck them up. You know what I mean? So, bull. We don't need bull. So as I was saying, I want to cade that wall. You know what I mean? You know, rotate hole, party room. Reinforce this wall. Create a peek hole through here. Now we can watch whoever comes in through office, especially through garage. You know what I mean? Garage. You know, maybe we can reinforce this wall too, and watch Office Connect. You know what I mean? If they decide to sneak into a connector through garage, you know, close to Vim window. You know what I mean? It's just a thought. You know what I mean? You know, but definitely got to reinforce this. Have a sneak. You know what I mean? Boom, 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 boom. You know what I mean? We want to reinforce this entire wall that's from Bull. You know, on the other side of this is Bull. Party room. Reinforce all of this, right? I'm thinking, right, we keep the cade on the office wall, on the connector wall, you know what I mean? And I'm thinking we cade the 3 walls closest to office, right? So that, you know, if we're here and we're, you know, blah, 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 peeking, we don't need to worry about being breached from the right side, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? If we just, you know what I mean? If we decide to back up a little bit, watch, you know what I mean? You know, we don't need to worry about motherfuckers shooting us through here. You know what I mean? Maybe watch a Top Shark, you know what I mean? You know, that's what I'm thinking. You know, but if they're not in the office and they decide to push in through Bull, maybe game room, you know what I mean? They breach this wall, we can just have a good, you know, good angle here, you know what I mean? Ba ba ba, you know? That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking these 3 walls get caded. Leave that one. You know what I mean? Don't really need to worry about it. And then a good peek to have to watch Top Shark and Top Shark stairs is to don't reinforce these walls, but just create a peak, you know, a peak hole. I don't know what the fuck you call it, to top, you know, to shark stairs. You know what I mean? They're gonna be coming in through here, you know, going in through bottom, blah 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 blah, boom 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 boom, as they're coming into top shark. You know what I mean? And that's pretty much the defense setup for office and party room. You know what I mean? Bull, game ride. Okay. I'm thinking that's pretty much it. Yeah, sneak hole through, you know, garage stairs. You know, rotate hole, peek hole. If you want, we can reinforce that or not. Don't care. You know what I mean? Definitely got a cade connector wall. Got my cade there. Rotate hole. There's gonna be a problem if they manage to go through connector. Maybe that's where you come in with the Azami. You know what I mean? Maybe a Azami this. You know what I mean? So that only way to get in through the, you know, the connector rotate hole is through office. You know, just a thought. Or if you just want to, you know, tunnel them in here, I'll let you decide. You know, you can watch this video, tell me what you think. But that's pretty much it. Have the sneak hole to Top Shark stairs. Through here, you know what I mean? Reinforce all 4 of these walls. Cade the 3 closest to office. You know what I mean? You know, or we could just, you know, just double cade 1, 2, another cade 1, 2. Leave office or connector wall exposed. Although I kind of don't want to do that. Don't want to have to worry about these niggas coming in through here. You yeah, that's pretty much it. Peek hole. Alright.